It's Cooper here with an episode of Are You Kidding Me? I've spent many hours on the phone in the past few weeks with questions because a lot of individuals know my background of being in the law enforcement, Hennepin County Department, ex-San Antonio, dealing with all the issues of what's going on and explanations. I am so over and beyond the treatment of especially our police departments by our government system, if that's what you want to call it. And I'm going to address this as the problems that we have absolutely no direct party attachment. Here's the statement that was brought to my attention to address. Coop, but this is going on everywhere. And the statement of you black people, which this is what was made to me, need to denounce all the negative black behavior and stop with the rhetoric of what white people have done. Now, I personally have experienced prejudice in my life, other than some of these other individuals that get on that are from one side of the political party to the other side of the political party who yell and scream that they've never experienced any type of racism and never experienced any type of discrimination. That's fine. And when it's happened, it's not been right to anybody that has been exposed to it or who it's happened with. But that does not give any individual the right to gang charge an individual and beat them to the ground because of something that you want to angrily take out on a person who's white. And for the media and all these network sources and video game sources perpetuating anger and hatred to our youth. So how do we fix this problem? How do we fix the problem of the social media perpetuating the fear, perpetuating the hatred? I keep having videos shared with me, and some of them are from my KKK friends, which truly they are. They tell me. They're more than willing to tell me. But they say, Cooper, we accept you because you're different. You're articulate. You don't try to do something. You are a working individual. Spend a lot of hours on the phone. Spend a lot of hours on the phone with just pure hatred of the color of my skin. So, and to deal with the trolls that are out there that, want to call you all kinds of names and insult you and all this other kind of underlining passive prejudice that they display. Passive prejudice by taking every derogatory depiction of a minority and posting that over and over and over again. If you are that individual who is truly that ignorant, that's perpetuating the situation, you want to change things, and this is what you black people are doing all over the world, guess what? You're perpetuating the ignorance. And you're following the slide of ignorance. Now, whether it's the Liberal Party that's doing it, or it's the Conservative Party that's doing it, or it's the Conservative Party that's leaking it so that's the information that's out there, or it's the Liberal Party that's glorifying it and pushing it, who knows? I don't have the money to push it. I don't have the money to push positive. I made a challenge to the Facebook group lot of people. I challenge them to post for 3 days, repost nothing but the positive interactions between white and black people. Not a single person did it. Why? Because it doesn't perpetuate the narrative. The statement is made, I can't find anything positive that black people do. And trust me, there are more positive black people that do things on a day-to-day basis, hard-working black people, than they are the idiots that you're reposting that are stomping people on the ground, or the idiots that's sitting in the car saying, oh, the cop was treating me misappropriately. Oh, I was speeding, but the cop said he was going to drag me out of the car because I was doing something wrong and that I wasn't following the rules and regulations, so they were going to do me harm. BS. Stop with the victim playing on both sides of the fence. You're not a victim from black people when you don't even know any. And to all those individuals that are willing to protest, what are you protesting now? Your voices are being heard. You're attacking the police system. Why are you not protesting when nobody's allowed? You're not going to school. Protest that. I'll say it again. And parents of any kid that's doing wrong, and I'll say any kid that's doing wrong, step up and be a parent. Where's the problem? How do we fix this? You bring discipline back in schools. You bring discipline back in the household. No means no. You can't because I said so. Stop negotiating with children. You can do this, or you can have candy if you clean your room. No, clean your room. Take all that psychology that was perpetuated and preached in the late 60s and early 70s that you can't tell Johnny no, you can't tell Jane no. Get rid of it. Tell your kids no. Start now. Have them abide by rules. Those that have no rules have no discipline. Those that have no discipline have no respect. Those that have no respect cause chaos. That's why sports was good for a lot of kids, because guess what? It made them have rules. It developed a unity of working with somebody. But you had a lot of sports turn into money makers. So your park board kids got cut because they weren't good enough, rather than devising and building another team. I'm not talking about participation ribbons. You should get rid of those too. Because in the real world, only the strong survive. The weak attack in numbers because they're weak. They're mentally unstrong. They're incompetent. That's what bullies are made out of. Incompetent people. Oh, trust me, I get my fair share of crap. But I'm at that age where say what you want, but the facts are the facts. Hard-working people should be running the world. Hard-working people that can balance a checkbook should be running the world. Hard-working people that balance a checkbook, that have to worry about their kids going to school, who are paying their taxes and worrying about their kids going to school, should be the decision makers. Maybe that would fix the problem. I've got a lot of good friends that are attorneys, but I don't think attorneys should be politicians any longer. I think maybe we should reform the political situation. Maybe that's where reform needs to happen. Maybe we should change the voting process. Maybe we should talk about who gets to stay in office forever. Maybe that needs to be looked at. Because right now, there are truly very few answers to how to fix and build relationships back. Police reform is not the situation. Defunding the police department is not the situation. That won't help anything. Here's one. Maybe this would help. Everybody in society, everyone from grade school up, has to take a class, which I used to teach years ago, customs, cultures, and communication. The class covered information that allowed people to think outside the box so they became more acceptive to other people and how other people thought. The class had no party lines, so people learned to get along and communicate with each other. It opened the eyes to different situations and go, oh, let me think of things differently. Because the truth of the matter is, if you were not raised side by side with an individual, you don't communicate the same. Your rationales of just and unjust are different. Your rationale of what opportunity and what opportunity means is different. Just because we all speak a language called English doesn't mean we all dialect the same. So maybe that's what needs to transpire. Maybe House and Congress needs to have a customs, culture, and communication class. Maybe our law enforcement has to have a culture, customs, and communication class. Maybe our school system has to have a culture, customs, and communication class. And public education. Everywhere. Because the only way for this to change is for positive people to push positive. Instead of positive people pushing the narrative of negative. I'm going to close out. Are you kidding me? Share this video all you like. Subscribe to our channel if you like. Give me all the comments that you want. I'd love to hear what you have to say. But the only way for us to change this is for finally people to come together, shake hands, talk to each other, and say, you know what? Let's go after the criminals and not after the good people.